Hello, welcome back to a new vlog. We're doing something a little different that I haven't done in a while. We're gonna do a little get ready. I'm gonna do some makeup. I wanted to use some products that I haven't used in a while and just see if I should reintroduce them or not. So we're gonna start off strong here with one of my favorites, the NARS Skin Tint Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This is in Light Zero Terra Nueve, which I'm pretty sure is their lightest shade, which is kind of sad. And actually recently with my other skin tint I've been using, this one, I've been doing something like a little bit different that I learned from Katie Jane Hughes, who's a makeup artist, and I used to just like apply it and I feel like it was just too much product. So she says to like put it in your hand and take a brush, and I don't do all of it at once. I do like a little bit, and then you just kind of like push the product, and then you kind of do that same thing on your face. And I have a mirror over here, so I'm just making sure I'm getting all the spots. But I feel like the coverage is a little bit better, but it doesn't feel as like dense on my skin as with like applying with my hands, or it's not streaky or getting like patchy anywhere. But see, it just covers my redness like a little bit, which is really nice. And this also has SPF, but I also apply SPF under this because we gotta protect the skin. Yeah, it's got like a nice glow. You can still see the skin, which is what I prefer. I'm not really like a full coverage foundation person. I just like don't really feel like myself, I guess, when I use stuff like that. But I'll probably start using this again because it just feels pretty weightless, to be honest, and it matches my skin perfectly. It's a beautiful sunny day here. It's been so nice. I'm gonna go back to my Milk makeup. This is the Sculpt Stick in Toasted, which I think it's not really a dupe because it's still kind of an expensive product, but compared to the Westman Atelier, that one is very similar and it's like a little bit more cool toned. Actually, I wonder if I'll try this on the brush. So it's been super nice here, and I was telling some friends this past weekend that it's so interesting because the UK is like kind of known to be super rainy and like overcast all of the time, which isn't like, it's not false, but coming from the Netherlands, it rained almost every day, and maybe not like proper like downpour, but it at least like sprinkled every single day there pretty much. And here, since we've moved, it's now been a month, it's rained exactly 2 times, and when it's rained it's been just a sprinkle. So I don't know if we're just like getting lucky right now, but it's been gorgeous weather, like high 50s most days. Sun has pretty much been out, and it's been so nice to like move back to that, and rather than it be sad feeling around here. I think it's really put like a really positive spin on our move, which we were already excited about anyways, but it just kind of adds to that excitement and like happiness feeling of being back in Bristol. So we are loving that. Okay, so love that. It's just like a little, not too much, compared to like the Halo is more bronzy, more coverage as well. This is just something like nice and light for like a little contour, a little color. And I am still going to go into one of my favorites, the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer by Mario. So I always wear this, and often most days just for like normal makeup, if I'm just like slapping something on, I'll just use this to give a little color to my face so I don't look so pale. But honestly, I embrace the pale. I don't really care. I feel like when I use self tanners, they're quite orange, or I just like don't really like how it is on my face because I have kind of larger pores. So I feel like it just kind of, I don't know, it makes my face look sort of dirty. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't found the right self-tanner for me. Okay, so now I'm gonna do just a little color on my eyes, and I just do the same Mario skin enhancer on my eyes, just a little bit. I feel like I look weird with a lot of eyeshadow on, and also I'm not very good at it, so I usually just kind of don't do it. Okay, so concealer, I'm using the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I just like this one because it just like kind of melts, and I don't put too much. I get quite red here, and then I put like just a little bit under my eyes depending how tired I'm looking. Not too bad today. Even though I could not sleep to save my life last night, but you know. I am really curious to try that new Milk makeup skin tint. It's like in the blue bottle. I don't think it's launched in the UK yet. If it has, it's maybe at Sephora, but I haven't like browsed their website. Also, I like never commit to buying new products because one, I have plenty of them already, and two, I'm always nervous that I'm not going to like them, so then it feels like a waste of money. Okay, concealer is good. Now we're gonna do blush. This one I haven't used in a while either. I think this is a Milani one. Normally I use Makeup Forever. This one's just a little bit lighter, and it's got a little bit of like sheen to it, pearlescence a little bit. I'm also not really a highlighter person because I feel like most highlighters that I've used, they kind of just show texture on my skin, and so I generally steer away from them unless I'm like really getting ready like to go out or something. But I use something else, which I'll show you in a second, that's more like just gives you a dew, which I like. I don't really go for the matte look personally. Okay, so instead of highlighter, I use, and there's a bunch of products similar to this, but I use the Chanel Balm Essential. It's in translucent, and it looks like this. It's just a balm, and I usually use my finger, and it just kind of gives like a wet look, and it's not too much, but it just kind of brings like life back into your skin to look like dewy skin underneath. So especially when my skin's feeling dehydrated, I definitely put this on, but some days I don't need to put too much on. Like that skin tint actually is quite dewy, so I don't need too much, but it just kind of brings a little juiciness back to the areas where I put powder product. So love that. Like I said, there's a bunch of dupes out there like that, but before a lot of the dupes came out, I had heard about the Chanel one, which is why I bought it. So brows, I am using my tried and true Anastasia Brow Freeze. This is just my favorite brow product. Sometimes if it's been a while since I've gotten an eyebrow tint, I will also fill them in just a little bit, but they're looking okay right now, so I will skip that and just do the gel. Right now I've just been using an e.l.f. eyeliner in brown to do my lash line a little bit. Curl the lashes. Okay, lashes are curled. I will say, I got this. This is the Shiseido eyelash curler, and it's by far the best eyelash curler I have ever used. So mascara, I've talked about this in the last vlog. I think it's the e.l.f. lash extender. This is in brown. I have very, very sensitive eyes, and this does not seem to bother them so far. If my eyes are kind of already irritated, the day I'm putting it on, they will get like a little bit more irritated, but I think that's just because I'm putting product on my eyes. On any given day, normally, it's totally fine. All right, so I'm not gonna powder today, but if I were to, I use the Laura Mercier powder, and oh, another trick actually from Katie Jane Hughes is that you would take like I used this for my concealer, but maybe something like this brush, and you really kind of get a lot of product on it, and then you kind of like tap it out, and then you just kind of like also blot it in the same way that I did the foundation, so that there's not like a bunch of leftover product where it looks really dry. So I'm not going to do that today, but that's another tip I've learned. So here is this is kind of like a makeup I would do like anytime I go out. Super happy with this. It's been a while, like I said, from using this. And the blush I really like too, but I still think I prefer my Makeup Forever one. This one is in Joyful Pink. It's just a little bit more pigmented, but this is nice if you just need like just a little bit. I don't even know if you can really tell on camera. All right, there's a little makeup for you guys, and I am going to eat lunch soon, and I will actually show you what we ate because we made a really good recipe last night for dinner. So see you in a bit. All right, guys, it's lunchtime. So last night we made this really, really delicious pasta recipe. Here's what it looks like in the bowl. It's got Brussels sprouts, butternut squash, some sausage, and rigatoni. We've made this recipe twice now. I will put the actual recipe that we use in the description if you would like to make it. That recipe uses bacon as its only protein source. So the first time that we made it, we used ground chicken and guanciale, which is like one of my favorite Italian meats. If guanciale is in a pasta recipe at a restaurant, I will get that pasta for sure. But this time we actually had these sausages that were balsamic and caramelized onion, like pork sausages. So since we had those and they were gonna go bad, we decided to use that instead. You could also use like Italian sausage or no meat at all, but we just wanted like the added protein, so that's why we do that. So whatever meat, you cook that separately, and then you do the vegetables separately, and then you put it all together in a pan with some Parmesan. And I love Brussels sprouts, and just the flavor of them in this pasta as well is just so good. And so we had this for dinner last night, but it literally filled, even after we ate last night, this whole bowl. So it's a great for like a dinner party or just to like meal prep for the week. Just so tasty. And to be honest, I don't eat pasta that much. It was so good. But this is one of my favorite pasta recipes, hands down. So let me know if you try it, because it is superb. And if you do, let me know if you do the original recipe or if you choose your own meat. Honestly, if you just made this with like chicken breast or something, that would be good too. But I like the extra flavor of the saltiness of the sausage. And I think if we make this again, we'll probably do the guanciale again and with another ground meat of some sort. But this is superb. Go make it. I am gonna film a little favorites as part of this vlog, March favorites. I do have a couple that are worth noting, and so we'll do that next. Let's go over some of my favorites from the month of April, or things that I've just been kind of loving and giving a true test of time before telling you guys about it. So strangely enough, I don't have too many things in the beauty category, which normally I do, but I've just had a really good routine, so I haven't wanted to change up too much. So nothing new there, still the same. If you've seen any of my get readies, they're pretty much the same on that front. But one thing I've been trying since like February, but wanting to really like test it out before I gave my thoughts, is the Ordinary. This is the multi-peptide lash and brow serum. I've been using this on my eyelashes since February, when I knew I wasn't going to be going back to get my lash extensions on, because my lash lady actually also told me that she could tell like my eyelashes were getting like a little bit brittle, so I wanted to kind of thicken these up. And I have heard that a lot of the like growth serums for eyelashes and stuff has some sort of like chemical component in it that isn't really good for the delicate skin underneath your eyes. I can't remember what that like chemical or ingredient is called, but this doesn't have it. And so I just kind of wanted to help my eyelashes get stronger after not having the eyelash extensions, and I do feel like they're stronger and they've really kind of filled out a little bit. I don't use this on my eyebrows because I don't really need to, but I can say that it does work on the eyelashes. You do have to use it 2 times a day, I think it says. I usually just use it once at night, but you can use it twice a day and then maybe you'll see results quicker. I'm not sure, but I've been really liking this and it's pretty affordable, so love it. Then I've got a fragrance. This is by Glossier. This is one of their new lines of their Glossier U. I'll insert the name of what it actually is because it doesn't say on here. But I've been really liking this and they sell it in these, so you don't have to commit to a full bottle if you want to try them out. The two other ones that recently came out also smell really good, but I wanted to start with this one. So that's been great. I just leave it downstairs and I pretty much spray myself with it anytime I leave the house if I don't already have perfume on, and it's been lovely. So next are some just like home and health things. So let's start with my use of essential oils. I've been on clean TikTok a lot since we've moved here, and I just want to kind of get better about regular cleaning and like deep cleaning, or you know, cleaning better so I don't have to do as much deep cleaning. And one of the things that I had seen was to just like on surfaces around the house, like even baseboards, use a mix of like a little bit of dish soap and then essential oils in there. And it really makes a difference. Like I cleaned the baseboards the other day and I used that, and it just, when we left the house and came back, you can just notice that your house smells really good. I've also been using them when I clean the couch with a little bit of detergent and then also some essential oils, clean the couch. And also peppermint oil I put by the windowsills in the kitchen and by the door and in the garbage to deter bugs from wanting to go by the garbage and stuff. And I will say we had ants the first couple days and I haven't seen any ants since. So take that as you will. Peppermint oil though, it's doing something. It's doing something. Next, we will go into my beloved green pan. This happens to be the Stanley Tucci collection. You know my love for Stanley Tucci. But when we moved, I knew I wanted new pans for the stove, and I wanted some that didn't have chemicals in them, but still you could get non-stick because I just can't commit to a stainless steel pan yet. And these have been amazing. I do still add, you know, oil or a spray when I cook things, but it cleans like a dream, and it cooks like a dream on our gas stovetop, which that alone we have been just loving. And yeah, so we got this smaller one. I usually cook my eggs in here, and then we've got the bigger one as well. It came in a 2-set and love it. I really like the colorway that Stanley Tucci picked for his, and I mean, I use this every day. Great, fantastic, love it. So that was kind of more homey. This is more on the health wellness. So this is Chip CBD. I missed this so much. I drank these all of the time when we lived in Bristol the first time around, and they didn't have the CBD ones in the Netherlands. They had the mindful blends, which is like magnesium and then some other like nootropics. But I really like the CBD ones because they have 15 milligrams of CBD in them. They're low calorie. They taste really good. This one is their newer flavor. It's the raspberry and orange blossom. This is my new favorite, but I really like the peach one as well. And I have talked about this. I really struggle with sleep. I get a lot more anxious when I'm going to bed, and I do find that if I'm a little bit more wired in my head, when I drink these, they definitely help me just kind of chill out. So, and they taste good, and so it's a nice like cocktail replacement if you don't mind drinking CBD, obviously. And the last one I will talk about is the My Protein Clear Whey. This is basically a drink enhancer, and you get the added benefit of protein. They make tons of they're generally fruity flavors, and they just don't taste like protein. It just tastes like you put some Mio or some Crystal Light, or for British folk, some squash in your water. And this flavor is peach tea, which tried and true, love it. I just picked up the raspberry lemonade flavor, also super good, but I would say this one's a little more flavorful. I only do half a scoop in my purple water bottle that I usually use, but it's just kind of nice to add in the protein because I don't really love like the chocolatey caramel ones. Like I'm definitely not drinking that alone with water or milk. But I'll put it in like overnight oats or something, but I just don't really eat that. So this is a super nice protein addition if you're looking for something and don't really like protein normally. This does not taste like protein at all. And I had my friend try some yesterday and she was also surprised that it just, you would never guess that it's protein. So check it out if you're interested. My Protein, there's so many different flavors. So the last couple of things I can't physically show you, but I can tell you about them. So first, I actually have talked about already in one of our past vlogs recently. That is the barbacoa recipe. I'll relink it if you missed the vlog, and it is just the tastiest barbacoa ever. We've made it twice already now, and we doubled the batch last time, and it's just so flavorful, delicious in a bowl, in a salad, in tacos. It's just so simple and easy and super great for meal prep. So I would check that out if you're into meal prepping, if you like tacos, you like beef, check it out. It's amazing. Then a show. I watch like my regular like reality TV shows, but I recently found the Pitt, which for my US folk, that is on HBO Max, and for my British friends, I believe you could get that on like Sky TV. I think that's where the HBO shows end up going. And it's a medical drama, but I wouldn't necessarily put it as much in the category of like Grey's Anatomy, because Grey's Anatomy, you get a lot more of that drama element. The Pitt is much more focused on the medical, and it basically is following doctors. There's the main doctor, but there's a whole bunch of doctors, residents, and they are working in the ER, and every episode is a different hour throughout the day, and it's so great. It's addicting, but not all the episodes are out yet now, so now I'm caught up. I think there's only like 2 more episodes to go, so loving. And okay, White Lotus, but I feel like everyone's watching White Lotus and I don't need to tell you about that, but I don't know if everybody knows and is watching the Pitt, and if you aren't, I would recommend, as long as you're okay with seeing like gory stuff, you know? Finally, this app called Too Good To Go. This is what it looks like on your phone. And if you live in England, this is for sure available to you, and it's the best bang for your buck thing I've ever used in my life. I'm not sure if it's in the US. Look it up. If it is, take advantage. Basically, restaurants and like grocery stores, bakeries, coffee shops, even like hotel bars, sign up to participate in this, and essentially when they go through their stock and something there is going to go bad and it's not selling, but it's not past its expiration, they can put up these surprise bags on this app for like a fraction of what you'd get any of the goods for, and people can go on and you buy them, and then you go and you get a surprise bag. So for example, there's this cute little independent market by us, it's called Public Market, and £4, so that's like $6, and you get a surprise bag. And the best one we've gotten so far, we got 2 packs of sausages, a loaf of bread, a quiche, and some coleslaw. And usually you get some sort of bread. I got a bakery one the other day. That one I had 5 cinnamon rolls and a loaf of bread and a hot cross bun. And we always like to go to this one by the Pilates studio on Sunday. It's called Anna's Cake Couture, I think. Today we scored 2 boxes and £4 each box on this one. 4 cupcakes, which normally 1 cupcake is £4, and they're delicious, but the best was when we got like basically a full box of macaroons. If you live in England and you're not on that, you need to be, because it's such a steal, and there's a lot of really great options on there, and it's kind of fun since it's a surprise. So anyway, that is all from me for the recap on March favorites, and yes, I'm looking forward to seeing what April will bring, which I can't even believe it's already April, but hopefully have some new things to share with you for this month in May. It is officially the weekend and it's beautiful. It is 72 and sunny, so we're taking advantage of the beautiful weather, and we've got Monty And we stopped at one of our favorite stores, Public Market, for some goodies. We're just gonna enjoy the Friday. We got some snacks and some canned cocktails. Sour cream and chive.
Basically good.
Yeah.
We got some beef sticks.
Jalapeno, yeah? Yeah, jalapeno.
Jalapeno. I think that's all the snacks. And then what is this one? Vodka mule.
Yep.
This place has good.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get them in the U.S., but if you can.
We got a Paloma.
What are you drinking, Tom Collins?
I did Tom Collins.
Nice.
They have nice art on them.
They do. We brought our books and we're just gonna chill and take advantage of the full sun. No clouds even, not a single cloud.
Have a few hours left.
Yeah. It finally changed clocks last weekend, so it'll stay bright for a while. Formula One tomorrow, Japan, and Murphy's Run Club. So I'll try to, if I go, I'll try to film some of his speediness. He won his in his group.
I was best in our group last week.
Yeah, I'll explain more of that tomorrow. But anyways, happy Friday and we'll see you tomorrow. It's officially Saturday and I ended up not going to Murphy's Run Club thing. But to explain, so there's a group of guys amongst our friends who we knew before we moved away. And basically it's around the Green Bank area and they all live close to each other and they formed a group of, it's really just the guys that run, right?
Yeah, we have one girl, but
it's like what,
yeah.
8 to 10 people?
On a good day, yeah.
So they call themselves the GAC, which is the Green Bank Athletic Club with a K. And so they all meet at someone's house for coffee in the morning, and the wives, girlfriends, the wags were allowed to join too. So I did go to coffee, but then I went to the gym with Doug's wife, Joanna. It's really fun. They're very competitive about it, and Murphy has been the best 2 weekends in a row. Wasn't sure if you were gonna make it this weekend because he's kind of coming down with a cold, but your time was like 22 minutes or something?
Yeah, I'm right around 22 minutes for the 5K right now, which I'm pretty happy with.
But it's a free like run that a bunch of parks in England in general put on, which is really cool. I don't really know that that's a thing in the US, so it's kind of unique and it's a good way to just go out and get some exercise on a Saturday morning. They do it every weekend, 9 a.m. Some people have been doing it for like over 100 times. Like they have a whole online platform where you can see your times and whatnot. So super cool. I just did the gym, but yeah, it's a fun thing to do and like be a little bit social on the weekends. And today we are going to a brewery, Left-Handed Giant, and I've never actually been to this location, but you did your run club thing, a different run club from there.
Yeah, it's like
small.
Well,
the original?
I don't know if it's the original. It's in like a warehouse, so I think they do more of the brewing there than at the one in town, so it's a little more industrial. But
yeah.
They'll have food there, and it's really nice outside, so we should be able to
Another
sit outside.
Beautiful day. What I love about the breweries around here is if they don't already have their own food, which most don't, they have different food carts or places that have restaurants around set up for, sometimes it's just like every night they have someone different. Some places are there for like a month or more, and today apparently it's their birthday weekend or something and they're having a taco stand. So I'm very excited because it's my favorite food next to sandwiches. So that is how we are spending our Saturday. I did do some deep cleaning, so that feels good to just get off the plate and we can just like chill Sunday. So good morning. It is Sunday and I'm just getting ready to go to Pilates. Lately I've been working out 7 days a week, which seems a bit overkill. My body definitely is sore, but 3 of those days, I do weightlifting 4 days. 3 of the days I've been doing Pilates, so it's lower intensity, less hard on the body, so I feel like it's okay. I'm sore today and I feel like Pilates is gonna feel extra hard, but We did go out last night, which I think we mentioned, and I completely forgot to take any video besides us biking. I just feel like kind of weird, like when we're out with friends, I just like kind of like my full attention there, and like I don't like to like alter how things go, you know. Not everybody like wants or is used to like having a camera like in their face sort of. So we had a lovely time. There were 6 of us. The tacos were okay. I mean, they were like tasty, but they weren't like your standard taco, which I really love, like a classic taco, but that's neither here nor there. It was still good. So Formula One today, we watched the Japanese Grand Prix. Max Verstappen won, but McLaren came in second and third, which we love. And yeah, after Pilates today, we're going to a couple antique vintage sales, which I'm very excited about. I'm mostly looking for some like art or like cool frames, and that I will make sure to remember to vlog for you. So for now, Pilates. Okay, we are home from the morning. Pilates, good, hard. Vintage antique market at like this mansion house. And it was just a bunch of stalls. A lot of jewelry, a lot of like vases, jars, that sort of stuff. It was fun to look, hard to video in there because everyone's just kind of like hunched over tables like looking for things. But we did get 3 things, all artwork. The first one is this vintage New Yorker magazine from 1969. I thought this was cute. And we also have a vintage wine Grand Cru vineyard poster from the 50s, which is also cool. And we also have another, like, it's not vintage, but it's like vintage looking winery poster that we got when we went to Bordeaux. So that will go nicely. Maybe like by the bar, wherever that's gonna go. And then, almost didn't get this one because the card machine wasn't working. But this one is watercolor, actually. And it's just very English countryside vibes, and we like that. And I love any original painting rather than a print because it's cool. This was 20, the wine one was 15, and the New Yorker one was like 12. The nice thing is that they all came framed, and that's like expensive if you have to do it. So I would say it's a win. That's all for Sunday. And I think we're gonna take a nap because we need that. So we'll sign off the vlog here, and we'll see you in another video soon.